Coming up, we'll tell you what our team thinks are the things you should not miss on your next visit to Walt Disney World. Coming up next, from the Bob Barley Studio in Orlando, Florida, this is the DIS Unplugged. This is the DIS Unplugged, episode 684 for the week of March 4th, 2014. The DIS Unplugged is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel, experts at helping you plan the perfect Disney vacation. Visit them on the web at www.dreamsunlimitedtravel.com. Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the show, coming to you live from the Bob Varley Studio in Orlando, Florida. I'm your host, Pete Werner, joined at the table this week by my good friends Dustin West, Teresa Eccles.
Oops.
Teresa, you've gotten very, very hairy. Sean Thompson.
Where's he sitting? Okay.
And Kathy Whirling. And back manning the controls, our associate producer, Craig Williams.
Poorly.
I need to shave. I don't know.
We changed some things up on
a little scratchy there.
I think that now we should, every time we cut to Teresa, we cut to Sean instead.
Who just mouths what she's saying.
Yeah, just like singing in the rain.
Giggles, sweats a little. Ooh, I'm all hot.
Where's the paper?
Where's my paper?
Talks about cats. All right, well, last week on our Facebook page, we asked some of our friends to give us some suggestions about segments they would like to see. And Richard Bunt, one of our good friends, suggested that we do a DIS Unplugged must-do list. So we asked the team, what are the things that are on your must-do list at Walt Disney World? We asked them for attractions in each of the theme parks, as well as dining experiences in each of the theme parks, and in the resorts and at Downtown Disney, and some of their other favorite things to do. And what was very interesting was that there were only a few things that were pretty much a broad consensus. Everybody kind of has their own thing that they like.
Yeah.
The other thing I noticed when I kind of put them all together was that, you know, the folks who tend to pair up, me and Dustin, Sean and Craig, Kathy and Teresa, John and Kevin, all kind of like the same things.
Really?
Yeah. Aww. It was kind of interesting.
Sweet.
It was kind of interesting.
Do you like long walks in the moonlight?
I didn't know Richard Bunt suggested this, or I would have come out with totally different answers, but that's okay.
Why?
I don't know.
That's the important question.
I don't know. He's my client. I love him to death.
And, we're going to start out with attractions at each of the theme parks, starting with the Magic Kingdom. One that was pretty almost unanimous was the People Mover, the Wedway People Mover.
Classic.
Mm-hmm.
And I especially because there's never a line for it. Thank God they haven't put FastPass Plus on that yet.
And I don't think they ever could.
It's just a constantly moving, cool ride that lets you sit down.
It's one of those when you go into Tomorrowland or when you go into the Magic Kingdom, you know you're going to be able to get onto the People Mover as long as it's operating. That's why it is one of my favorites. I didn't put it on my list, but it's always there. That and Carousel of Progress, you're always going to be able to just if everything else has really long lines, you'll be able to do it.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
it's interesting and it's fun and it's nostalgic.
It is. You get to.
I love it.
There's nothing wrong with that ride.
And there's still a lot of people that think Carousel of Progress is a seasonal attraction because back 4 or 5 years ago, I think it was, they were saying it was going to be a seasonal attraction. And I think that lasted for all of maybe a quarter.
What do you mean by that? Only open for a certain amount of time?
Yeah.
Yes, like during the holidays.
During peak periods, yeah. Okay. They were opening it up.
Well, they need to be shutting it down to refurb it.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what they need.
Notice this. I've been noticing this a lot. We were just on Carousel of Progress the other day, and some of the animatronics are broken. The
dog's looking a little aged.
And in one of the scenes, one of the speakers in the ceiling was blown out, so the audio was terrible. And I kept thinking to myself, how it doesn't require a full-on refurb to swap out a speaker.
Right.
What's going on with maintenance? We noticed it in Buzz Lightyear too. Could that ride look any more run down?
Really?
I mean, it was really looking to me like it had been abandoned.
The capsule that we were in was rickety to start with, but my little laser gun was just like floppy and loose, and it was.
And then the actual attraction stuff was broken and not working. It looked ratty. It looked dilapidated.
The sound was a little off.
It was
too.
really, and it's such a great attraction.
Wow.
And, you know, you start looking at that stuff saying, okay, they're making record profits. What's happening to maintenance with some of this stuff?
I'll tell you what, though. One thing they have done is with the People Mover, I mean, they've kept that in great shape.
They really have.
In fact, they've improved it over the
Well,
years.
nobody goes on it. So, I mean,
There's
it
no
doesn't
wear and tear.
Doesn't get a lot of wear and tear. And everything's pretty much behind glass.
Right.
So,
Well, I can say as far as like the maintenance, since my son does that as a cast member, that they, Disney has this team that they go around and every month they have different rides that they audit. So as far as like the safety of the rides are all okay.
Right,
It's just
safety-wise.
it needs
Show.
like painting or whatever. That's where they seem to be.
right. No,
Yeah.
There's no question in my mind the rides are safe. None whatsoever. But in terms of its operation, in terms of some of the elements of it, the animatronics and some things, I've been seeing some, it's looking it's looking a little worn. Things are looking a little worn. Sean, Craig, and Teresa all said Jungle Cruise.
Oh, yeah, Jungle Cruise.
And I think, I agree with that. We just did Jungle Cruise at night. I did Jungle Cruise at
Yeah.
night for the first time the other night.
Isn't it fun at night?
It was
way better at night,
And
yeah.
we
Yes.
had the best skipper I've ever seen.
Well, we were also doing it. Was it during the extra magic hours?
It was, yeah, it was.
Or it was late at night. So there's a
No, it was just before Extra Magic Hour started.
Yeah, so there's this different tone there. It's kind of like everybody's really excited. There's a different energy like later at night, like 11 or midnight or so. And I don't know, the skipper was really energetic and the people that were in the boat were really getting into it. It was really fun.
I just love it because it's classic. Goes back to that one word to me. It's
It's probably my favorite attraction.
yeah.
Of all
I
time.
just love it.
Really?
Yeah.
I love the queue. I love it all. And it was wonderful at Christmas. I hope they do that
Cruise.
again. Yeah.
They did, yeah. That
It
was
got
the-
better. Once they got into their groove and they were like more
Yeah.
open about doing Christmas jokes throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
It got
This was
better.
their first year doing that.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I'm glad they're doing that.
Now, John needs to pay more attention. Of course, John and Kevin had to leave, take care of their dog. But one of John's favorite attractions in the Magic Kingdom was Journey into the Little Mermaid.
It's the journey of the Little Mermaid.
Dustin and I had a good laugh at that. Why were you and I, Teresa, the only ones who put down Haunted Mansion?
I don't know. What's wrong with you
Because
people?
I think, didn't we say only two?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. I couldn't choose just two. So I.
Yeah, I picked
Rule
three.
breaker.
Haunted
picked three.
Mansion is definitely up there for me because it falls in line with one of my other picks, Pirates of the Caribbean, Jungle Cruise. It's those classic
Oh, yeah.
Disney attractions. It's just, it's not on the top of my list.
No, for Magic Kingdom, it's up there.
Yeah.
I mean, the changes they made to the queue, I think, were a good addition. I love the theming. I love the cast members in there, and they're, they pick the perfect people to do.
Yeah.
And
they can have a grumpy day and you'll never know about
you'll
it.
never
Yeah.
know. I love it. I love it.
Well, Craig was the only one who said Tiki Room
Yeah.
of the team.
I love it. I love everything Adventureland.
Does it make you smile?
No,
Does anything?
that's incorrect. But
Craig is smiling right now.
He is. I can see it in his eyes. Seriously.
I don't think that's
Go
what
ahead.
the eyes are saying.
He's sparkling.
smizing.
He's smizing. I can tell.
That's creepy.
Okay.
but no, I just love everything about it. The theming, the
Clicking of the birds.
the clicking, the music. I can't wait till all the new merchandise comes out for the Adventureland area. And
Yeah, I
Jungle
agree.
Cruise and
I actually
all that.
picked up some great stuff over at the Art of Disney store in Epcot.
Yeah, the anniversary merchandise that
The
came
anniversary.
out. A lot of it was Kevin and Jody.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff.
I love that stuff.
Bought a bunch of it. So I'm going to redo my office and Tiki Adventureland stuff.
Are you? Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah, I wanted a theme.
That's neat.
So
Tiki
yeah,
theme.
I'm excited about that. But now, in terms of dining, again, pretty unanimous. Be our guest in Columbia Harbor House. Now, just had dinner at Be Our Guest a few nights ago, and it's my first time back there since it first opened. I remember saying I'd like to see what it's like in a year, and I can tell you, food quality, service, phenomenal.
It's a good. I've yet to eat there, lunch or dinner. So
And I thought,
try it.
frankly, I think the pricing is really good for the quality of what you're getting, and the service was superb.
Yes, we had gone back. That's the first time we'd been back in months. And I thought the service was even better than it was when I was there before. And the food was really good.
I think it is absolutely rivaling Hollywood Brown Derby in terms of the quality of the experience.
And the year that they've had where it's almost impossible to get a reservation there, or you have to do it really far out. I mean, it would be so easy for them to slip into a lower quality, lower service kind of scenario, knowing that they're just going to book up anyway. But they haven't done that, at least not from my experience.
I still think that'd be the perfect place for like a character breakfast or like a character event. You know, like push the tables out at night and have like a ticketed, like a ball in Be Our Guest or something. I mean,
that's not a bad idea.
With the theming in there. I mean, you know,
incredible.
It's like
a
put it to
Tables in
use.
Wonderland kind of a thing.
Yeah.
It's I'll tell you something. It's Disney at its best in that in that restaurant. Well, New Fantasyland in general, but certainly Be Our Guest restaurant. Columbia Harbor House. Dustin, John, Kathy, and Teresa all voted that as their must-do.
Always
place
find a
to eat.
seat. Food's always good.
It's definitely my favorite quick service there. With the restaurants, I was trying to do like one table service, one quick service in my list.
See, Magic Kingdom to me is all quick service because there's so much to do, and we just don't ever dine, sit down meal there.
But you and Kathy also picked Cosmic Rays.
I like Cosmic Rays. A lot of choices.
Yeah.
I think I'd prefer Pecos Bill over Cosmic Rays.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, to me,
why?
Pecos Bills just seem so
Dark
cramped.
And, yeah.
It is a little bit.
Like for me, in park dining is all about the theming. Sometimes it's not about the food. For me, it's about the atmosphere, and I like Cosmic Rays. I like the futuristic.
And can I say, I guess my mini rant, I had put it up on my Facebook page, that when it gets busy at the parks now, they stop you at the door before you can go in and sit down. That I don't like that policy. That everybody in your group has to be together before you can head to your table.
So there's no saving tables.
But that gets the crowd out of the area where you're trying to maneuver, especially at Pecos Bills with your tray. The day that I was there, this one mother, for whatever reason, had her son laying on the floor, and she was standing over his head. Now, this was like sort of in the middle of the room.
Protecting his brain and
Yes, he was playing a video game on the floor.
Perhaps she had just given birth to him.
But it's like, if you could have just, all these people were standing in that room waiting for the rest of their group to go into a table. And I'm surprised the kid didn't get stepped on but there was a lot of people who were upset. And I get the whole bit about when you get your hot food, then you're going to have a table. But I don't like that policy.
Well, moving over to Epcot for favorite attractions, Living with the Land was picked by Sean, Kevin, John, and myself. And that is absolutely one of my favorite things to do. And, it's not that I'm particularly into, living off the land.
nature boy.
But, I just, there's something about that attraction that I can't really put my finger on
I
it.
love the music at the end.
I love the music. I've never felt more relaxed as I am on that ride.
Really?
It is
In
a
that
very
moment,
relaxing ride.
I'm
Maybe that's
calm, peaceful, relaxed.
One with the earth.
It's like the Xanax of Disney attractions.
kind of is.
I want to live in those little worlds because you go through like different environments. You go through like the farmhouse,
then the really
desert,
dry
the rainforest, and all this. And it's so serene.
And I love the blueberry girl at the end. Do you know the montage of people with the
everyone's
foods they look like?
color-coded.
The potato woman, the tomato girl.
I wish I had a picture of that. That would have been great.
Now, we went through there the other day, and as part of the Flower and Garden Festival, they're saying that they're going to serve a lot of food from in the land, and one of the things that they're supposed to serve is eggplant scallops. Did you see a lot of eggplants growing in there? It's like,
They have them.
I know, but enough to feed people at a booth for flower and garden?
I think what's in the greenhouse is only really
An example.
An example. I think there's
Yeah.
more greenhouses in back. Am I wrong by saying that?
I don't
Or is
know.
it-
They would have to if they were using that in the restaurants. There would have to be another
They've-
location.
I've also seen they've set up at Epcot. They have in the backstage areas of Epcot. They put up temporary greenhouses for the specifically for the
Okay.
Flower and Garden Festival. So they
Could
can,
be there, yeah.
Yeah, they grow more stuff there as well.
The nature people are back there growing.
Spaceship Earth was the other popular one at Epcot. Craig, Dustin, John, myself, and Teresa.
That falls for me. That falls in the same category as the People Mover. That typically there's not really a line for it.
Well,
Lately, there's been.
oh yeah, I saw a 45-minute line the other morning. I've never. The only time I've ever seen a 45-minute line for Spaceship Earth was like New Year's Eve.
Right.
See, that's where
a
I
major
think
holiday.
Fast Pass is creating a problem.
Oh, absolutely, no question about it.
That ride doesn't need a fast pass, but because other more popular rides fill up on their fast pass, they have to give alternatives to the people who didn't land them. I understand the concept, but
But who doesn't love the ride?
Oh, it's
Yeah.
great.
oh, we love
You
the
know,
ride if you can
it's
get on
just
it.
Apparently, Sean doesn't.
Oh, no, I love
Okay,
it.
I'm kidding.
no.
My favorite part is Foxy Cleopatra.
Foxy
With her
Cleopatra.
clipboard.
I like Onion Head Man or Garlic Head Man.
He does have a garlic hat.
He has
yeah.
a garlic hat.
Who's this?
He's one of the wise men sitting listening to the.
He's got a big garlic on his head. I love it. No,
Eh.
no. You got to.
No,
And
he's-
his shoes are amazing.
has, like,
Absolutely,
little elf
shoes.
shoes with
his
the curl.
shoes are
Yeah.
amazing. And I love the chick with the afro in the computer room.
Foxy Cleopatra.
Foxy Cleopatra.
That's Foxy Cleopatra.
That's what I've named her.
Yeah, I like her.
But this was definitely one of the parks where everybody just kind of went off on their own. Sean, you said the Maelstrom.
I love Maelstrom. Yeah,
Really?
Good one too.
I do. It was a toss up between that and I forget now. I did this yesterday, but I think probably Maelstrom or American Adventure.
Yeah.
I love both of those attractions. I don't know. I like soothing boat rides. Nothing too crazy.
Craig and Kevin both went with Impressions de France. Why that one, Craig?
I think a lot of it has to deal with the soundtrack. I know Kevin specifically
Yeah, he
mentioned
said
it.
loves the
and
music.
Yeah, that's the same part for me. I mean, I know a lot of the songs are from French composers, and I don't know what the actual names of the songs are and what they are, but it's really soothing. It's a good way to get out of the sun for 20 minutes, and it has seating in there, unlike the Circle Vision films.
Right.
So it's nice. I like it.
I was surprised that Kathy and I were the only ones who said Soarin'.
Yeah.
Is that not an attraction you guys like, or
You can never get on it.
Oh no, I love it.
Love Soarin'.
I love it, but
It's
I
just
can't.
not my top two.
It's
Right.
just, yeah.
And Pete, you didn't say Figment was your favorite?
no?
Did you, Kathy?
Amazingly,
Of
it was
course I
only
did.
Kathy was the only one who said Figment.
And I'm surprised nobody else said Test Track except for you, Kathy.
Yeah,
Did I say Test Track?
yes, you did.
But
We're not so
Maybe
similar
I
after all, though.
would have said Test Track a couple years ago, but I'm not
You
particularly.
don't like the new one?
I'm not too compared to the old one. I'm not. Too
Oh, I
fond
think the
of
old
it.
one was better, but
Yeah.
I'm glad we still have it.
Yeah.
In terms of Epcot dining, everybody was kind of all over the place here. John, Kevin, and I both said Monsieur Paul, the restaurant above Chefs de France. We also said Chefs de France. And Kathy, Teresa, and I all said Sunshine Seasons, which I think is a really good tier. You've got Monsieur
Yeah.
Paul is that that upper tier,
Right.
Chefs de France somewhere in the middle, and then Sunshine Seasons. I'm going to tell you, if you're in Epcot and you don't feel like dealing with the whole priority seating thing and making an ADR, and you want to just get something good to eat at reasonably priced, you can't beat Sunshine Season. You can't. I mean, we were just there the other day. Had I had this turkey sandwich that was like out of this
It's always
world.
good. The food is always good there. Always.
Good, fresh, reasonably priced for a theme park. Kathy and Teresa, Beer Garden.
Oh, love it. Don't you love Beer Garden? Oh, my gosh.
Can't figure that out.
You don't like it?
It's just not my favorite flavor.
No.
No? Oh, I love the food.
Yeah, I think the food's
The
good.
atmosphere.
I like the atmosphere. When I bring somebody to Disney that's never been to Epcot, I take them there to show them like the theming and
I grew up near Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, which has
Oh,
a Germany
okay.
pavilion and that theme park as well. And they have something similar called Oktoberfest is the restaurant there, and I'm sorry, I might offend some people, but that one blows Epcot's
Oh,
out of the
I'm
water.
sure it probably does.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to stop. That one, okay. You followed it up with...
Yeah.
Sean, you don't like Beer Garden?
I love the idea of it. I love German food. I love the atmosphere. I love when they come out and sing and do all that.
But-
I don't think it's good German food.
Well,
and this is somebody who lived
Yeah.
in Germany.
okay, well, but it's what we got. It's what we got to deal with. So
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fine, but I'm not going
You
to go
know.
there and spend
Now, if they
$40.
had that student prince that we went to in
That was
Springfield,
amazing.
Oh, that was- oh my
awesome.
gosh,
If
that
they
was
put that
amazing.
there, I'd be really happy.
I'd be there every week.
Oh, you know, I meant to mention this when we talked about restaurants in Magic Kingdom. You know, nobody said Liberty Tree Tavern.
I was gonna put that after our meal when
yeah,
Evelyn
we
was
ate there
here.
a week ago.
We ate there a couple nights ago, and I got to be honest, it was good.
Yeah.
It was
All
good.
the way through our meal, we sat there and said it was good.
Yeah, I mean, I was really happy with it. The only thing was the gravy, and I posted
was a
this.
little coagulated.
I posted this
Gravy
a
paste.
picture of it on my personal Facebook page. This was gravy that could not be poured. This was
defied the
this-
laws of gravity.
It really did, and it was like very gelatinous, I guess is one word to use. I kept saying it could be used as mortar to brick a building with. But here's the thing: for as awful as it looked, it tasted very good. It
gravy's
really
good.
did.
Yeah.
It was just
Ours got like that after it sat
After
on the
it sat
table
there,
for a
right.
bit.
well, ours arrived that way.
Oh.
Ours arrived that way, so it was probably sitting for a little while.
But it was good, basic food. I mean, it was. I don't care for the green beans, but everything else I
Yeah.
loved. You know?
Yeah, the green beans. I don't think any of us took
No,
them.
we were sucking down the rest of that stuff. More, bring us more.
Craig, you went, and going back to Epcot, Craig went with Akershus.
Yeah. It's
up with
good.
that?
There's princesses.
The
There's
princesses, oh,
Swedish
that's what he
or
likes.
Norwegian meatballs, not Swedish meatballs. And if you've ever had the kind at IKEA and compare it to the kind you get at Epcot, it's a big difference. So, but I like it all. It's different.
No one mentioned Le Cellier as their favorite.
I ate there for the first time a couple weeks ago, and it's way overpriced.
Yes, it sure is.
Have those prices gone up in the last year?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Okay,
Yes.
because when, again, was over there a few days ago, and I wanted to just say, I don't know if I just get lucky or what, but I got Le Cellier and Be Our Guest with about 3 days' notice.
Wow.
And I could have eaten at Le Cellier a few times because it kept coming up when I was looking for restaurants. I kept seeing it come
Yeah.
up.
Wow.
When I very, very rarely ever go into a restaurant, sit down, and complain about the prices. Especially at Disney, I'm used to it. When I saw a $65 ribeye, I'm like, what exactly is this ribeye going to do when it gets to my table to warrant $65?
Well, we
and-
had the vegetable
I went with
platter.
the vegetable option.
was $28, and it's like I could have gone to Publix.
It
and
was
gotten-
pretty. It was
Yes.
beautifully presented on this little rectangular tray of vegetable colors and beautifulness, but
Well,
it wasn't worth 20 bucks.
I ended up going with the New York strip, which I believe was $40,
Yeah.
$45.
It was really good.
for a 12-ounce New York strip. And I got to be honest, I thought it was worth it. It was one of the best New York strips I've tasted in a very, very long time.
Okay, compared to Yachtsman or Shula's, how was it?
I think I felt it's been a while since I've had the New York strip at Shula's. It's also been a while since I've had it at Yachtsman, but it compares favorably, in my opinion. I felt that it was seasoned perfectly, cooked perfectly. It was delicious. It had so much flavor, and I was full already. After that cheese soup and the bread,
Well, the soup is good now.
it kind of kills you.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, there's no way I'm going to be able to finish this steak. I couldn't stop eating it. I mean, it was just that good.
I'll give it a try.
So, but interestingly enough, so Monsieur Paul, Chefs de France, and Sunshine Season make the list of DIS Unplugged must-do restaurants at Epcot. We're going to move over to attractions at Hollywood Studios. And the top two, based on the team, Great Movie Ride and Toy Story Mania.
Oh, wow.
And again, everybody One Man's Story, Kathy, John, and Teresa. John admitted he just copied Kathy because he doesn't like Hollywood Studios. But One Man's Story, why is that?
Okay.
Why is that your favorite?
Because it's like the history of Walt Disney. And when you see the movie at the end of like how he started and what he achieved, I always come out of there with like tears in my eyes.
Oh, please. Bawling before I don't even
Yes.
come out of the room yet. I'm on there crying.
Oh,
when it
yeah.
just started.
Oh, yeah.
I love One Man's
before you
Dream.
walk
It's
in, you're
great.
crying.
I'm crying. I don't know. Walking before you even get into the theater, all of the things you pass by as you're
The museum.
the museum
Yeah.
itself.
I like going in to One Man's Dream so you can see the office, the
Yes.
replication of
Yeah.
the
It's like
office.
the
That makes
evolution
for
of
me.
it all. I just love
Yeah.
that, and I love the the Mouseketeer. Everything in there is just awesome, and it gives you a background on why we're there. To me,
And I think it's one of those things that people just pass by,
Right.
generally speaking. So,
Oh yeah, the cast members out there. Please come in.
oh, they're so But
And if-
kids are like, I don't want to go in there. No, you do.
And if
you
you've
do,
never
you do.
seen the movie, take the time to watch the movie because I
Yeah.
know a lot of people scoot out when the doors open, but watch the movie.
see, I'm with John. The only two at Hollywood Studios that I think are worth going for, Toy Story Mania and Tower of Terror.
Oh no, the great movie ride.
I can't stomach the Great Movie Ride anymore.
But at one time,
Oh, at one time I loved it.
Yeah.
At one time it was an absolute must-do for me. But I think it's become very dated. I think that the whole shtick they do is, with the gangster
It's
or
not
the
shtick,
cowboy.
it's real life.
Really? What are you talking about?
It's just so old.
that chick is a gangster.
And
I get scared every time.
I do.
well, and I so yeah, it's just lost. They need to do something with it to freshen it up. They need to inject some life into it. That it's been allowed to stay
Yeah.
unchanged for
Nothing better than riding it.
700 years.
Nothing better than riding it with Stella, though. When you get to that end and Marlon Brando screams out her name, and she thinks everybody on that car knows that that's her name. And I'm like, nobody knows.
She gets embarrassed.
She does get embarrassed, but it's just
And I liked it after we did that Tables in Wonderland dinner where we had the progressive dinner through
was
there.
amazing.
That was incredible.
Yes.
That was incredible when they did that dinner in the Great Movie Ride. Yeah, turn it into a restaurant. That would be.
Have the Munchkins watch you eat.
they could update it though and keep it pretty cool. I think.
Yeah, I would update a few of the
Film choices.
a few of the film choices, and I would definitely either eliminate the shtick or replace it with something better. It just
They should move it to a different section though. Have Dorothy take over the car when you're riding through instead of.
I would hate that.
Now, our must-dos at Hollywood Studios in terms of dining, no surprise here, Hollywood Brown Derby and the 50s Primetime Cafe, with Sean saying the writers stop.
Yeah, I love that little coffee shop. It used to be themed to Ellen, I guess. I never visited when it was themed to Ellen.
Really?
But yeah. I don't know. It's nice. It's a great place to get coffee. They have like chairs. It's like a bookstore. You can go
Books,
sit.
yeah.
The
And there's cool
carrot
things to
cake
look
cookie.
at. That is so good, yeah. I don't know why I'm bringing this up, but didn't there used to be a restaurant, I think Kevin told me this once, where Playhouse Disney is, that was like somehow themed to Big Business, the Bette Midler and Lily Tomlin movie?
I don't remember that.
Oh my!
I'll tell you. I know that.
I don't remember that.
I'll tell you this. It was called the it was called the Soundstage Restaurant.
Okay.
I think, and I don't know about the Big Business reference, but at some point it came to in the early '90s. Every year they were releasing a new film, so Aladdin, Lion King,
Okay.
all that stuff. Every year they changed out that character breakfast or character dining experience to incorporate those.
The thought of Bette Midler and Lily Tomlin doing a character breakfast is amazing.
That would be good.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. Am I the only one that did sci-fi?
You were the only one who said sci-fi dining.
And it's not for the food. Don't care nothing about the food. I couldn't
Well, that's
even tell
good,
you
because if
there.
you did, you wouldn't go there.
No, but the theming. I mean, just the whole. You're sitting at a drive-in movie theater. Now they do. I would like them to show different clips. I'm getting kind of old, tired of the same.
Plan 9 from Outer Space kind of stuff.
Yeah, but I think it's. I just love the whole. You're out there, and the milkshakes are good. But I
Yeah.
just love, and that's why I like 50s too. People fussing at you when you're eating, nothing better. I mean,
Kathy, you said Min and Bill's. Mm-hmm. How come?
Because that's the place where they stab the bun and then they stick the sausage inside.
it's all about
really
the
good.
sausage and the bun.
Yeah.
Stop it, guys. Just stop it.
Keep talking.
No, know, it's just a unique how they prepared your food.
Kathy's a dockside kind of girl.
And it's like,
It is good though.
Something
Yes.
about sausages and stabbing buns and
you were
Working the
didn't-
dock.
Yeah, you
I was there. I mean,
yes,
several
okay.
times with you,
Yes.
and I enjoyed it. And the food
And
is
it's never,
good.
yeah, and it's never really very
this
busy.
is one of those moments where you want to look at her and go, "What the hell happened to you?"
That was good. What Craig picked for that one?
Craig, what was yours? Let me go back to my little list here. Craig was with us on the Hollywood Brown Derby / the Lounge. You guys covered the Lounge a few months ago when it first opened. What is it about the Lounge?
It's just, except whenever they have like Mulch, Sweat, and Shears playing on that stage out front, any other time, it's really relaxing and peaceful out there. Especially now that there's not a parade in Hollywood Studios or Disney Channel rocks coming out there. And some of the flights that they offer, the martinis, the wine, it's unique stuff. And the flavors are really good. It's not overpriced. It's a great way to take a break for a little bit.
Okay. Good enough answer.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, moving over. Moving over to Animal Kingdom. And again, not a lot of consensus here. The only one that got like three people saying that was their favorite was Expedition Everest. That was Sean, Craig, and Dustin.
Yeah.
Really?
Everyone below 30 found that one.
Thrill seekers.
Sean and Teresa both said Finding Nemo the musical. Dustin and Kathy, the Pangani Forest Exploration Trail.
Oh, too much walking.
John and Kathy, the Kilimanjaro Safaris. John said Tough to Be a Bug. Dinosaur was Kathy and Teresa.
I love Dinosaur.
I do like dinosaur.
If I had to throw, you see, my vote would be like the tiebreaker here. I'm probably going to throw it on Pangani Forest.
Yeah.
And
The theming is nice.
Yes.
The theming is amazing for that.
and
But you're walking.
Expedition Everest, just too extreme for me. Honestly, I'm old now, and
If you can,
I can't handle them anymore.
If you can stomach it, it's an amazing ride and it's amazing theming.
I've only done it once.
Craig, you said Wilderness Explorers.
Yeah.
We were
Oh, that's
confused by
cool.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You going around getting little badges?
Well, yeah, Kylie and I go around and do that.
I do
but
that.
That's fun. I've
it's
done
a
that
perfect
with my
way to
little
get
children.
you to go
It's
all.
fun.
No, it's not about that. It's about getting around the park and actually looking at everything, and you're forced
Yeah.
to do all the walkthroughs and stuff.
I tell you what,
so-
it did wonders for Rafiki's Planet Watch.
Yeah.
Because no one else would go back there. When I was working there, everybody wants their badge. Where do I get? You got to get on the train, buddy.
Yeah.
You know, my family went to Animal Kingdom without me on Sunday for the.
How dare they?
I don't. Well, that's okay. But that's the first time they had gone back into that Rafiki area and absolutely
really?
loved. Yeah. They were gone all day, and I thought, oh, they're going to be back by noon. But no, I got home before they did, and they actually enjoyed.
Oh,
But
yeah.
they ate at one of my favorite restaurants there.
Well, let's
segue.
So we're going to say we're going to say Expedition Everest and the Pangani Forest
Yeah.
Exploration Trail being the two picks from the team for Animal Kingdom.
Finding
But when
Nemo.
we get to we get to the food, it was Tusker House was pretty much unanimous. Understandably, great. I think it's a great
Never been
restaurant.
I've never been there.
And yeah, it was Craig, Dustin, Kevin, John, and myself all went with Tusker House. And John, Craig, and Dustin all said Yak and Yeti, but specified quick service.
And it was funny that we all specified quick
service at Yak and Yeti, not table service. Why is that? What's the big difference
I'll
between?
tell you, for me, two reasons. First of all, I think it's the best and quickest fast food location in the park. You go up and, like any Chinese restaurant, they've already got the woks going, so it's pretty quick. But also they have some unique beers at that location as well that aren't.
It always
served.
comes back to that, doesn't it?
But I think the food is really good. I think it's, I think it's better than Nine Dragons. Honestly, it's really good, like fast Chinese.
not the sit down, boy. Let me
Is
tell
it
you.
Chinese or just Asian?
Well, it's Asian
It's Asian,
themed.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Asian
Animal
themed.
Kingdom is the park that I am most likely to go home and have lunch than eat in the park because I don't really like.
You'll
the
have to
choice.
most likely to leave
for food.
Well, I mean, I live close enough. It's like, look, Magic Kingdom and Epcot, we will specifically go over and dine in the parks.
Oh, yeah.
Animal Kingdom, it's like we'll eat beforehand or we'll go home and have
Right,
lunch
yeah.
at the house.
Craig, what do you like about Tusker House?
I like that they actually have Indian food there. specifically like curries.
Yeah.
I'm a really big fan of curry, and I can't make it that well, so I need to go places that actually have it.
Mm-hmm.
And curry.
I will also okay. I will also say that the character meal, the character breakfast in particular, at Tusker House is amazing. The food is fantastic, and the great selection.
They have those breakfast scrambles, like all kinds of different flavored breakfast scrambles, and some of them have those interesting flavors, like they have over at Boma. Some of those
Right. Well,
spices.
I think in terms of selection, in terms of quality, in terms of quantity, it's second only to Boma in terms of a buffet breakfast. Mm-hmm. But I think the character interaction at that particular restaurant, some of the best I've seen.
Yeah.
In any of the character meals.
I also love the theming of that whole thing, the outside and the inside, like it's a marketplace / hotel in the middle of Africa. I love that theme.
Yeah, the theming is awesome. Who liked Flame Tree Barbecue? Did anybody?
Oh, I just said that. Yeah.
Okay, that was you.
But now that someone changes their baby on the tables, I'll probably change my mind.
You don't know what table it was.
Yeah, but they have like big chicken platters with ribs, and it's really good. And they give you
That would have been my choice as well.
Yeah.
Was Flame Tree, but we're outvoted. We're outvoted by Yak and Yeti Quick Service and Tusker House as your dining options at Animal Kingdom.
I only eat back in the dinosaur area.
Right, you like the chicken nuggets and the burger kind of stuff. Huh?
I like the
At
theming.
Try Low Bites.
I like the theming. That little place has got an amazing place to stay cool back there in the little dining corner back in there.
Yeah.
The ice cream's good.
Now, in terms of top restaurants outside of the theme parks, one place was pretty much unanimous, and that was Splitsville.
Yeah.
A lot of members of the team all said Splitsville. Why?
Did you say Splitsville?
I did not.
Oh, okay. Well, I know for me.
That's why it says almost unanimous.
Almost unanimous.
The one.
Sean.
I didn't say anything.
For me, it's especially if you're going there to bowl. You can go bowling. You can have that kind of fun night, but the food selection, it's mostly kind of bar food.
It's bar
kind
food,
of stuff.
but it's really good bar
really
food.
good.
It's a big selection,
bar food.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can't beat the theming. You can't beat the atmosphere. There's different locations. You can eat upstairs or you can eat out at the bar, however you want to do it. And that bar downstairs has musicians playing at night. It's really a really cool atmosphere.
Citrico's was another popular one over at the Grand Floridian. Just had dinner there last night with some friends. And what I love about Citrico's is consistency. It's always good.
It looks like Palo inside.
It kind of has that feel to it. It does.
I've never been in.
It does. Yeah, you look at the picture we're showing right now. That does have that Palo feel to it. I will tell you, the food is amazing, and it is just always a good experience. It's such a well-run, well-managed restaurant that years I've been going there, and every single time I'm having a consistently good experience. Service, food, quality. I mean, you're going to pay, we had dinner for 4 last night without alcohol, $300. So It's not cheap. But then again, you're getting a very, very good meal. And, I felt it was worth what we paid for it.
What'd you say, Kathy, for?
Kathy liked Ohana. And she also liked the Earl of Sandwich.
Mm-hmm. I'm a cheap date.
I don't remember. I don't even remember what I said. I think Kona. Did I say Kona?
Yes, you did.
And House of Blues, maybe.
And House of Blues.
House of Blues. I love the theming. It's so funky.
Yeah.
Kona was Craig, Dustin, myself, and Teresa all agreed that Kona Cafe at the Polynesian, and I agree. I mean,
any meal.
I was just going to say that. Doesn't matter. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
Yep.
It's another one that I don't think it's as consistent as Citrico's is in terms of the quality, but I think, especially in the last few years, it has become very consistent, very good. Pricing's good. And it is a reasonably priced, again, by Disney standards.
Right.
It is a reasonably priced place to eat. And I just wonder how the construction and everything they're doing at the Polynesian is going to affect traffic flows and stuff Dakota. I haven't been over there yet. Has anybody been over to the Polynesian to see what's being done?
We were there last week.
Yeah, they
About
hadn't
10
really.
days ago,
Yeah,
yeah.
they hadn't really started to do stuff.
Well, it's
But
Valentine's Day.
the end of the month is when they're going to start. Captain Cook's is going to come out into the lobby somehow or other in the main area. So I think towards the end of the month we're going to start seeing things happening.
How long is this construction going to be going on?
6 years.
Yeah.
For a long time.
Yeah, 2015 sometime.
I hate having to tell clients that.
More construction.
It may affect your stay.
Yeah, and it's sad because the waterfall's going away.
It's going to be good, though.
Option. Yeah.
We'll see.
It's all
Yeah.
good.
You know, have to have faith that they're going
Yeah.
to
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
going to do a good job with it. But Kathy also said this is one of I think personally the best food court of any Disney hotel that I've ever had. Landscape of Flavors at Art of Animation.
Yeah.
And if you haven't tried that, it's actually worth going out of your
Yes,
way.
it is.
It's worth going out of your way to go over to Art of Animation and eat there, especially I think lunch, dinner time.
I've actually stopped there to get food to bring home.
Yeah.
like a fast food
Yeah.
place. Because I live closer to it.
As if you were going to like
Yeah.
McDonald's on the way
Exactly.
home.
We'll stop there if the girl's not
Much
doing the
better
parks,
choices than-
We'll stop there on our way home, definitely.
It's great.
Yeah.
Wow.
Brilliantly done. Brilliantly done.
And for those people who are coming on vacation, you know, I know when my family used to come on vacation, we'd at least take one day to kind of explore the different resorts and stuff. And I think Art of Animation has a lot to offer. You can go there for lunch and kind of walk around and see all the
Oh, yeah.
cool different, especially if you have kids, you see the Cars characters and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Now, in terms of so that actually that makes the three must-dos from that list: Splitsville, Citrico's, and Kona Cafe.
Boma got gypped.
Boma did get.
Did you pick Boma?
It's my all-time favorite restaurant.
Is
on
it
property.
really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
been there at least 10 times.
You have to, don't you like mentally and physically prep yourself for that
yeah.
experience?
Yeah, there's lots of preparation. You can't eat for like 3 days before. You've got to, work up the
Sean,
appetite.
wow,
It's the best food. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
We'll have to go together one time.
Yeah, take me.
It's an experience.
So you can keep up.
Really, to prep.
We also asked some of the top extra activities, things that are not necessarily theme parks or dining. Sean, you said Winter Summerland mini golf.
Yeah, I love miniature golf, and I prefer this one to the Fantasia Gardens. That one's fun too, but it scares me in the cave when the thunder goes off.
Scares you.
It's like Fantasia themed, so
You know,
it's like
I've never
Chernobog.
stepped foot on either one of those.
Oh,
No,
really?
I haven't either.
Winter Summerland's really fun.
And
I
one
prefer
of
the
them is
winter
closed.
section.
Is it winter or summer's closed indefinitely?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I haven't heard that because they're intertwined, so that would be interesting.
Well, it's on the rehab list. but
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, don't cry. Okay.
I am crying, weeping, in fact.
Internally crying about it.
You also said the resort launches
Yeah,
on
this is
Bay
kind
Lake.
of embarrassing, but I would love to just spend a day taking those resort launches. I must have a thing for boats, I guess.
Yeah.
But
Really?
It's-
There's a theme. There's
You
a
mean
theme
not
for
the
me here.
rental watercraft? You mean the ones that
I would
actually
literally just
transport
take
you?
the transportation.
Oh, I've done that.
on Bay
Yeah.
Lake. It's so much fun from Fort Wilderness to Wilderness Lodge, then over to the Contemporary, then back into Seven Seas Lagoon, and yeah,
Good day.
And you don't have to rent
it's
anything.
free. Yeah.
Yeah. And you're on
That's a
the
good
water.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fun.
It's a good
That's
point.
cool.
John, one of John's favorite things to do was sitting on a bench and watching people yell at their children, "Do you know how much this vacation is costing?"
I thought that was
That
funny.
is fun. Yeah.
Kathy and Dustin both said Splitsville.
Yeah, in addition to the
Wow.
dining, I think it's one of those things that is just a fun extracurricular activity. You go bowling.
I have to say that I think, personally, I think Splitsville probably the best thing they've added to downtown Disney in a very, very long time.
Completely.
And I think it kind of almost heralds a new age for that whole area with everything they're doing with Disney Springs. And I think it's just a whole different mindset now of how they're approaching the entire downtown Disney area, which has just languished for years now in the state of, identity crisis as to what it's going to become and what are they going to do with Pleasure Island. And, you had these disjointed places with West Side, Pleasure Island, and Marketplace. And now they're making it a little bit more cohesive, hopefully, when the construction is done. And I don't know, you can find a parking space in less than an hour and a half. Teresa, you said horseback riding. We sent you horseback riding last year at
You
Fort
did,
Wilderness.
and I really enjoyed it. And I'm not an outdoor girl. We know that. We know I like to view the outside from a window in the cool interior. But I actually enjoyed it. It kind of took me back to when I was a kid and I was forced
the
to go to
1800s,
camp.
and you had to take a horse to school?
Right. I got here on the wagon. But no, when I was a kid, I was forced to go to camp, and I forced us to ride horses, which I ended up enjoying. But it was something I would not. It's out of my box, and I think that's why I enjoyed it. And Julie and I went, and it was fun. Once I realized, the horse pretty much knew where he was going. I didn't have to,
Steer him.
steer him in any way.
Meanwhile, Julie was like a horse whisperer or something.
Yeah, so it was fun.
Well,
And
Julie
it's-
grew up with them.
Yeah, but I would definitely recommend that. I don't like the fact they have to weigh you before you get on the horse, but other than that, it was good.
Oh God! And then they choose the horse, depending or
Oh,
what?
no, I think there's a weight limit
There's a
before
weight
you can
limit.
ride.
Okay, yeah.
But I
they
got
say-
on.
I think it's 250. I think
Yes,
if I remember
yeah.
And you
correctly.
say, you get Bessie.
Really? You guys want me to go sway back? It's like sitting there.
Craig, in contrast to Sean's Winter Summerland, you like Fantasia miniature golf.
Yeah, not the actual the one for kids and families. I like the challenging one.
The one that's basically like an 18-hole professional golf course shrunk down
exactly. Yeah,
into a miniature golf experience.
yeah. My dad and I like to go there, and it's more challenging.
Much
and
more.
But it's the same price as it is to go on the regular course. So whenever you look at that experience, you get so much more out of your money, and especially if you're an annual pass holder. It's only $6 to go to any of the miniature golf courses. If you're not, it's only $12. So that's still not terrible.
And that gets you one game, or does that get you a time limit?
That gives you the one game all the way around. So
However long it takes you.
yeah, at the long course, it can take you up to an hour and a half to 2 hours if you have slower people ahead of you. So
Yeah.
you get a lot out of your money.
No, not for annual pass holders. No, that's pretty good.
Now, a few members of the team like to walk. Kathy likes to walk around Caribbean Beach Resort. We kind of knew that's her favorite.
That's the resort too. I mean, that's what inspired me to want to move to Florida, was the theming over there. So to walk through like the woods and any place there's water, I love to walk by. So that's a good place to.
Are you disappointed that Sammy Duvall is pulling out now of renting watercraft at a lot of the resorts? I know they stopped doing it at Caribbean Beach a while ago. But, Port Orleans, Old Key West.
The price just got to be so high. I can remember when we first came, we do that like almost every day, and they used to have a package. Now the price had gotten so high, you hardly ever saw anybody out on the water. So,
From what I understand, the Bay Lake resorts at Contemporary, Fort Wilderness, Wilderness Lodge, Grand Floridian, Poly, they're going to keep their marinas and their watercraft, but pretty much everywhere else.
You won't be able to-
Watercraft that you can
Really?
rent is going away. Sammy Duvall managed that, I believe it was. Was it Sammy Duvall or was it another company?
Sammy Duvall's the name of at least the Poly and the Bay Lake ones.
Yeah, I think they
was
have
all
the whole
property-wide?
contract. Yeah.
Okay.
So they're pulling out. They're pulling out of a lot of the other resorts because they
why.
say there's no business.
Even the boardwalk area?
This is what I heard.
Huh.
Bay Lake was the only one that was going to keep it.
Yeah.
So
It's kind of sad.
because you hardly ever saw them do it at Downtown Disney before they got rid of them there. And I just think it was a price thing. I mean, if you would have made it more reasonable, I'm sure they would have had all kind of crowds.
So while Kathy is walking around Caribbean Beach Resort, Dustin is walking around Epcot.
Drinking. Oh, I'm sorry.
Drinking,
Did I say
yes,
that out loud?
mostly.
Actually, specifically, it's more the Epcot resort area, I think. I think a really good day that I would do would be I could park my car at the studios, take that walkway to the boardwalk and around Yacht and Beach, and then walk back, and and then make little stops along the way, or even go into Epcot. And I just love doing that. I love that area.
That's a good day.
Yeah, that's a great day.
Push me in my little Surrey bike up the hill.
Yeah, he could
watch
be
out
there
for
the
those.
day that you and I are trying to go up the hill and
'cause
down the
I do
hill.
love the bike riding, yeah.
When are you doing that? I want to do that.
We already did
We've
that.
already done. I
Oh.
love doing that, though. Have you ever ridden the little Surrey bikes? Oh, they're fun.
At Riverside, but not there.
Oh, they're fun.
So that is our must-do list at Walt Disney World. We're going to compile all that, and we'll put it up on the show notes page, disunplugged.com. We hope you enjoyed hearing us talk about it as much as we enjoyed talking about it. Right? You enjoyed that.
I did enjoy that, yes. It was just real pleasurable.
It was. And that is going to do it for this episode of the DIS Unplugged. We hope you enjoyed it, everybody. We'll be back with you again next time with another edition. Thanks for being with us, and remember, stay out of the damn lakes. Have a good week.